Yo. Yo, yo, yo. How's it going? Oops. There we go. Oh, here. Sit down. Sit down while I have a chance. Welcome in. Welcome in, Bryce and Evie. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciated. We're about to do the last part. I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. It should be really cool. It shouldn't be very long either. There's about 40 pages left. And then I noticed that the last 30 or so pages are just artwork, notes, sketches, author notes, stuff like that from, I guess, Clive or editor. I don't know what exactly. I didn't look through it all. I figured we could go over that a little bit. If there's time and whatnot, but it's we'll definitely look at the panels because the artwork's beautiful. The posts that I put out for the notification for this, I picked a different just art piece from it that I just thought was awesome. So make sure. Alright, I just remembered something else. And, yeah, this is the first time we're doing this with the new setup as well. Everything looks the same here because there's not much to change, but oh, what a relief there was not much to change. I only had to move like a couple of cameras and move some lights around and some set piece stuff, but it wasn't. Oh, so it like took like a half hour or something before. If I wanted to do anything, it was going to be at least a 2-hour investment. So, or maybe not 2 hours. 2 hours is the average. Hour and a half. I don't know. But yeah, this is great. I like how it all looks. I like how it feels mostly. It just feels a lot better to have like a little, I don't know, it's kind of like a studio, I guess. But yeah, we'll get into the story. I left it on one of my favorite panels here. I really think this is just awesome. To kind of bring you up to speed, and we'll kind of go through these. There's a little bit more after this. But the Jaff opened up a hole and ripped open, and there was Quiditty, and it pulled several members of the party through, but the Jaff didn't go. And this is him standing outside, kind of coming to grips with that, oh, I did that. Oops. Kind of attitude. But it's more menacing, obviously. It looks a lot cooler here. He looks spooky. What a son of a bitch. So yeah, we'll get through that and go through the rest of that story. And yeah, like I said, there's about 40 pages, and should be too much. Now this is going to be some really cool shit because my imagination when I read the story of what Quiditty looks like and what the book is going to look like and all these things. I was just talking to someone recently, and we were talking about how much we forgot about it. And I've heard this story at least 3 or 4 times, and probably more than that. I'm just being modest, and I can't believe I forget all these like key elements of these characters and these stories and whatnot. So it really should be good. Oh yeah, let me hit record on the old Recordinator. The Recordinator 9000, powered by Ronco Products, our big sponsor here. We're a big fan of Ronco. What else am I forgetting before we get started? Oh yeah, if it's the first time you're checking this out, or maybe you've checked us out from our other stuff that we do, this is this isn't atypical from what we normally do. It's a what do you call it? A break? I don't know. Now normally what we do, most of the time we're on Twitch. We're doing electronics, audio electronics. We're building, we're repairing, we're making synthesizers, we're playing with synthesizers, and that's a big thing of like what we want to do there. And I wanted to do some other stuff, and I felt like our YouTube channel would be a great place to do that, so we started doing the readings here, and I've had a fantastic time. I've really enjoyed this. Once we finish this, we'll pick back up in a few weeks. We'll need to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll have plenty of time straight through the rest of those weeks, and I don't see any interruptions right now for our Saturday night, so it should be good. And I still don't know what we're going to do, so feel free to hit me up on Discord, or Twitter. I don't know. Just feel free to reach out to me if you have any suggestions. If you're any good comics or good graphic novelizations. I think Everville has been converted, has been turned into a graphic novel. So we could do that. That's the next book in this series. I was also looking at some Frank Miller stuff, like Hard Boiled. I used to love that thing when I was a teenager, but that is a pretty old book. Probably want something newer, but either way, I'm looking for ideas. So if you guys have any good ideas, please hit me up. Let me know. We'll see if we can do it. I'm hopeful. All right, let me see here. All right, that'll work. I just want to make sure we got good levels. Let's kick it over. Now we are recording all this individually tracked. So my microphone is being recorded separately, and then we've got this music in the background being recorded. I've really loved this. I've been working on material, like extra long format material lately, and I kind of wonder if this would work. Although, for me, it's a little unnerving sounding. So I don't know if that's really what people want to listen to, is this, because it always feels, the reason I like this is the background music, is it always feels like at some point the note is supposed to change, like it's supposed to go up a step, or two steps or whatever. It's supposed to go up a little bit. It just feels that way the whole time, and it never does. And because of that, I feel like that's what creates this this anxiety, anticipation. Not in a bad way, just, it's just like when you're told a scary story and you're camping and, you've just got the light of the fire, you can't see behind you. You turn around, it's pitch black because your eyes have dilated to the campfire and whatnot. And that uneasiness, that eeriness, it helps for that spooky story about the guy who was in the back seat all along. All right, enough of this. Let's get going, guys. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Got a mouse on it. There we go. Ultimately, the Jaff resisted the pull of Quiditty, but resistance had its price. Tesla alone knew what this all meant. It meant the worst had come to pass. Somewhere on Quiditty's shore, the Iad Ouroboros had started to cross the Dream Sea. Presidents, messiahs, shamans, popes, saints, and lunatics had attempted, over the passage of a millennium, to buy, murder, drug, and flagellate themselves into Quiditty. Almost to a one they'd failed. The Dream Sea had been more or less preserved, its existence an exquisite rumor. Never proved, and all the more potent for that. The few that had taken the journey that Joe, Beth, Tommy Ray, and 22 guests from Buddy Vance's house were taking now had not been accidental. Let me reread that. That didn't make sense. The few who'd taken the journey that Joe, Beth, Tommy Ray, and 22 guests from Buddy Vance's house were taking now had not been accidental travelers. They'd been chosen for Quiditty's purposes, and gone, for the most part, prepared. Howie, on the other hand, was no more prepared for this than any stick of furniture hauled into the throat of the schism. Joe Beth and Tommy Ray had gone into the schism together. Their minds, however, had found different ways to picture their journey. Joe Beth, help me. You're the only one that can help me. I'm dying. If you're dying, we're both dying. We both are. If you're dying, we both are. How did I get here? And why are you here? You don't like the beach. This isn't the beach. This is Quiditty, Tommy Ray. We're on the other side of the hole. We're on the other side of the hole. You pushed us through. Oh my God. Oh Jesus God. Hush, hush. There's nothing we can do. Mama, it wasn't my fault. What about Mama? I only went looking for her. It wasn't my fault. I don't want to be the death boy. I don't want to kill. Kill? It wasn't me. It was the dead people. I tried to stop them. You should have stayed with me, Joe Beth. It wouldn't have happened if you'd... Bastard, you killed her. Tommy Ray was no longer in sight. Jo Beth's pace slowed. Quiditty went to work on her, somehow making her fury solid. The sea had made her flesh a fertile mind. "Save me, Howie! Save me, or it's over!" "I've got quite a story for you about Abernathy, but I don't think you're going to print it. Let me be the judge of that. Spit it out." Peace begins. Last night in the quiet residential town of Palamo Grove, Ventura Country, a reality known to those who juggle such concepts as the cosm was torn open by a power that proved to be the reporter. God. Peace begins. Last night in the quiet residential town of Palamo Grove, Ventura County, our reality, known to those who juggle such concepts as the cosm, was torn apart by the power that proved to be this reporter. God damn. All right, sorry about that. Let me do it one more time. I keep getting the levels are all goofy. I should have checked them better. Peace begins. Last night in the quiet residential town of Palamo Grove, Ventura County, our reality, known to those who juggle such concepts as the cosm, was torn open by the power that proved to this reporter that all life is a movie. What the fuck? Shut up, Abernathy. Shut up, Abernathy. I'm only telling this once. Where was I? Oh, yeah, a movie. This force wielded by one Randolph Jaffe Need to focus. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do a few other things. Trying to get my mic to pick me up better, because I don't like how quiet it is. Oh yeah, a movie. This force, wielded by one Randolph Jaffe, broke the confines of what most of our species believed to be the only reality and opened a door to another state of being, a sea called Quiditty. Is this the resignation letter, Grillo? You wanted the story no one else would print, right? This is it. The great revelation. It's ridiculous. Maybe that's the way all earth-shattering news sounds. What if I tried to file a report on the resurrection? Crucified man rolls away the stone. If you want proof, actual proof, you're going to get it real soon. Just listen. This revelation about the fragile state of our being took place in the midst of our most glamorous gathering in recent movie and TV history, when about 200 guests assembled in the hilltop house of Buddy Vance, who died here in Palamo Grove earlier this week. His tragic and mysterious death began a series of events which climaxed last night with a number of the guests at his memorial party being snatched out of the world as we know it. There is no way to know their ultimate fates, Vance's widow Rochelle among them. To all intents and purposes, they have simply vanished off the face of the earth. If I'm nuts, Abernathy, put the phone down on me. Can't do it, can you? You watch the news throughout the day, you'll see there's a lot of famous people missing this morning, Abernathy. Let me make some calls, then get back to you. Where are you? What for? Oh wait, it's the other way around. You watch the news? Throughout the day, you'll see there's a lot of famous people. missing this morning. God damn. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little rough start here. It'll be fine in a minute. If I'm nuts, Abernathy, put the phone down on me. Can't do it, can you? You watch the news throughout the day. You'll see. There's a lot of famous people missing this morning, Abernathy. Let me make some calls and get back to you. Where are you? What for? See if there's any rumors flying around. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but it's one fuck of a story. It's the truth, Abernathy, and I want to warn people. Like I said, give me 5 minutes. Well, I did it. I still don't think it's wise telling people. Don't start again. This is the story I was born to tell, Tesla. It's been a secret for so long. Yeah, for people like you, your friend Kassoon. He's not my friend, isn't he? Then why do you talk about him with this sneaking envy in your voice, huh? I don't know. You kept watching the Jaff do his stuff with no attempt to stop him. What was the appeal of that? I had no chance against him. You know that. Don't change the subject. Do you think they're alive, Howie, and the others? No idea. Got a glimpse into Quiditty, but I couldn't see anything but clouds. No, maybe they don't exist. You wish. Look, if Abernathy publishes your story, we're going to become a major tourist industry in the hours. And, Grillo, I'm going to need more than 2 paragraphs. Your explanation might be complete crap, but a lot of people didn't come home from the party. Get back to me with the rest in an hour. Suppose I hold off giving him the rest till noon. What can we do in that time? We can find the Jaff. Maybe he can't do much now, but he can undo plenty. Look, I know I'm coming at this all wrong. I should be planning some plan, being a hero, but I'm not. I'm Grillo. I see something I want the world to know. That's it. Are you, Grillo? It's Will. Soon. No, wait. It will soon. I was thinking when you told Abernathy about the resurrection. That's me. I'm resurrected. And you know what freaks me out? I'm not freaked. I go walking into a fucking time loop, and it's like I was born for this. Like I could be say it, whatever's on your mind. Oh shit, like a shaman. I think all the major performers in this, Kassoon, the Jaff, Fletcher, maybe even me, are shamans. Mind healers. And Quiditty is America's dream space. Yeah, and you? My name's Will. I heard about you. I was up at Coney Island. Why is this dialogue off to the side and I'm a little bit confused. I've seen these men fucking it up, Grillo, all of their own trips. Even Fletcher couldn't get this shit together. So maybe what's needed is a change of shamans. I can do this, Grillo. I don't think the resurrection scene, but I keep thinking I'm not finished. I've got more to prove. I want to leave, but there's no grove left to leave, even if it all gets swallowed up by the Jaff. Wait, what do you know about the Jaff? Oh, my cat came in. I met him in Cherry Tree Glade. He seemed familiar with that location. I can take you there. Things don't get weirder than all this, do they, Grillo? That's a fair bet. I think we should go looking for the Jaff before the morning light drives him back into the hiding. I don't think he can leave this grove, but the circle closing. Coney's eyes suddenly the center of the known and unknown universe. It wasn't Howie that came to help Joe Beth. her solidarity. God damn. It wasn't Howie that came to help Jo Beth in her solitary terror, but the tide. Amidst ever more turbulent disturbance in the dark water, Jo Beth was carried on the island. God. Let me wet my whistle. Amidst an even more turbulent disturbance in the dark water, Jo Beth was carried onto the island in the middle of the dream sea, Ephemeris. Ephemeris, the name echoed in Howie's head. "What's on it?" he said, once asked Fletcher. Wait. Let me start over. Ephemeris. The name echoed in Howie's head. "What's on it?" he had once asked Fletcher. "The Great Secret Show," was his not particularly illuminating reply. One more time. Let me start from the very top, actually. Amidst the ever more turbulent disturbance in the dark water, Jo Beth was carried onto the island in the middle of the dream sea, Ephemeris. Ephemeris. The name echoed in Howie's head. "What's on it?" he had once asked Fletcher. "The Great and Secret Show," was his not particularly illuminating reply. Just as Quiditty wasn't a sea in the conventional sense, so Ephemeris demanded a rendition. Just as Quiditty wasn't a sea in the conventional sense, so Ephemeris demanded a redefinition of the word island. Howie noticed a change in Quiditty as he walked on the shore. Its very holiness seemed less already, due, he figured, to their unwanted presence here. Hi. Are you the only... Excuse me? Hi, are you the only one here? Are there any other survivors from the house? Yes. Just keep on walking. This isn't happening, is it? I'm afraid it is. What happened to the world? Did they drop the bomb? No, it's back there somewhere, back over the sea. Oh. Do you have any Coke or pills or anything? Sorry. Howie came across more survivors, some of who were encrusted, misshapen. Why them and not me, wondered Howie. Had they entered the sea hot with the emotion and been remade by the sea, while he drifted as all the dreamers did? I'm looking for a girl. Have you seen... What's up there? I want to go. I want to see. I'm looking... I heard you. No. What the fuck's wrong with everybody? Don't get mad. It's not worth it. We're all dead anyhow, and I'm not going back in that fucking soup, at any rate. I prefer to die somewhere up there. There's something up there. Something wonderful. I know it. You want to come with me? Climb? You mean you'll never make it? Not all the way, but I can get closer. Get a sniff of it. Just come up some of the way. Just come up some of the way and you'll get a better view up there. Maybe spot your lady friend. I'm Garrett Byrne, by the way. I'd shake your hand, but... Tommy Ray felt the dream sea working upon him as he floated. He didn't waste time looking to see what the changes were. He just let the fury that was fueling those changes come. Tommy's death cloud had become a mad, runty spiral of dirt now, but still the sea knew it belonged. Screwed up. Tommy's death cloud had become a mad, runty spiral of dirt now, but still the sea knew it belonged to him, and it began new work on his body. His limbs became heavier. Pulled under, Tommy felt Quiditty flood his system, and in it he realized one thing. An evil like he had never known was coming. It was called the Iad. The phantoms in the cloud had gone, but not away. Instead, they'd been subsumed into its transforming anatomy. They were inside, a part of him now. High above the shore, Howie had announced that he'd climb no further. Byrne went on without him, headed for the smoky tower at the center of the island. Turning to look for JoBeth below, he spotted her on the beach. He also then found Byrne, damaged and bleeding. "I fell," Byrne told him simply. "I came down of my own accord. I'm larvae now, a ghost, a spirit. I don't think anybody ever died on this ephemeris before. That makes me one of one. I can make my own rules, and I thought I should come help Howie. I understand a lot of things suddenly, and the news isn't good. The Iad. They're starting across Quiditty." "The Iad? What are they?" "Evil beyond words. So I won't even try. Going to the chasm, but maybe you can get there ahead of them." "How?" "Trust the sea. It wants what you want. You out, and quickly." "I hear. You should know what's on the mountain. It's wonderful. Worth dying for." "JoBeth! It's me, JoBeth!" "Howie, oh Howie, help me. I thought I'd never see you again." "I wouldn't have left you, but where's Tommy Ray?" "He's gone." "We've got to do the same. Get off the island as quickly as possible. Something terrible's coming. We can't. I can't. It did this to me. It changed me. We have to go back into Quiditty. If we don't go now, we never go. We stay here, and we die here. Maybe that's for the best. The sea will kill us anyways." "Not if we trust it. Give ourselves over to it. We have to warn people, JoBeth. We have to warn people, JoBeth. An invasion is coming. Heading home. That's why the sea's going wild. It's now or never. Trust me." It's kind of a confusing frame, because I believe there was supposed to be their handshake, but that got skipped. The home of Ellen... Well, let me make sure, because that's weird. Oh, there we go. The home of Ellen Nguyen. Grillo walked in and found Ellen in bed, her room and herself in a state of disarray. What's more, he found Buddy Vance. Not the real Buddy Vance, but the last of his hallucinogenia. Pulled from Ellen's mind, Ellen didn't care that this Buddy wasn't alive as we know it. This Buddy functioned just as fine as she needed. She also informed Grillo that this Buddy Vance was outside the room the time they made love. The act between he and Ellen was nothing but foreplay for Ellen and this Fanta. Let me do it again. That's a fucking crazy dialogue. Man, Ellen's a freak. Ellen Nguyen's a freaky girl. She cuckolds Buddy, Ghost Buddy. And that's like their kink. That's where they get hot. That's wild. Whoa. And this is an older book, so you know. I love the development of the character. Me too, Bryce. Let's see where we at here. Let's take a quick break. Just a real quick one. Nothing too crazy. Man, yeah. Speaking of character development, that Ellen, what a super freak. She's a very pretty girl. The kind you hire as a house cleaner. But you're cheating on your wife, but she's only your 7th one. She's super freaky. Oh, just a second here. I'm gonna shut this door. Ellen the freak. Ellen the super freak. I think that's one thing I think is a really cool part too. I notice in Clive Barker's books is like his characters are like they're very unique. You know, there's not too many good old fashioned archetypes. They're usually like, you know, like holy shit, yeah, that's kind of wild. But I knew a guy like that. Bong bong bong. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we've spoken before, but yeah, like any Clive Barker book is really good. The short stories, the long stories, pretty much anything that guy touches is pretty good. I love his artwork. I love his sketch work. I love his pen and ink, his paintings. I love his mixed medium. I love everything that he does. I'm just a huge fan of. He's just one of those artists that I love everything they make. I just can't get enough of it. And his books in particular, I think, are one of his strongest skills. I think that's one of his most incredible talents, is his ability to tell a story and create these very realistic characters that you totally have met at one point in your life, or even if you've never met, you can totally accept them existing, you know, or not existing, you know, like what the hell, what an asshole Tommy Ray is. All right, let me check this real quick. let's get crack-a-lackin' here. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I think there's a second book. I'm sorry. I think there's a second graphic novelization for the second book. Man, that sentence didn't work out at all. I believe there is a graphic novelization of the second book, Everville, and because that's one of the art pieces that we have up, and I keep forgetting to go look for it, but we could do that. The only thing that sucks in my memory of when I read Everville is it's book 2, and there's 3 altogether, and he hasn't written the third one yet, to the best of my knowledge, and it definitely hasn't been recreated, at least in other mediums like comic book and so forth. So I kind of don't want to go too far down that road, because I almost enjoyed just this story, because like Everville continued it on, and then you're just like, oh, well, what the hell happens next? And I know it's like the middle, part of a good, it's like the middle part of a movie or something. I'm like, well, what happened? When am I gonna find out? When he finishes writing it? They're like 500-page books. They're huge. They only get bigger each time. All right, let's get back on here. We're gonna get with Ellen Nguyen, who we just found out right before the break is a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky. She's a very pretty girl. She's the kind you won't take home to mother, but she's super freaky. Okay. The home of Ellen Nguyen. Grillo walked in and found Ellen in bed, her room, and herself in a state of disarray. What's more, he found Buddy Vance. Not the real Buddy Vance, but the last of the hallucinogenia. Pulled from Ellen's mind, Ellen didn't care that this Buddy wasn't alive as we know it. This Buddy functioned just as fine as she needed it. She also informed Grillo that this Buddy Vance was outside the room the time they made love. The act between he and Ellen was nothing but foreplay for Ellen and this phantasm. Grillo warned her to take her son and leave the grove. Grillo warned her to take her son and leave the grove, as he intended. Sorry. It's actually partially obscured, so maybe that'll fix it. Grillo warned her to take her son and leave the grove, as he intended. And then he left before his own discomfort overwhelmed him. The Hotchkiss residence. You meet some damn weird people, Grillo. Shh. As I said before, the real story's under our feet. Always was. So down we go. There's one more angle, too. I got a call from a guy in New York who specializes in supernatural stuff. Hired him before when my wife left. Hired him when my wife left. His name is... You guys know who the character's name is? I just remembered this character is in the story. He is a constant character in several of Clive Barker's books and universe. He is none other than Harry D'Amour. Dude, I had no idea this is what Harry D'Amour was going to look like, yo. That is sick. That is nice. Oh, I totally forgot about Harry. Oh. So, yeah, Harry's in New York. And, yeah, he I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to tell you the whole backstory because they'll probably introduce it. But, yeah, Harry D'Amour is like a continuous character in Clive Barker's universe. Like, this guy comes up all the time. And I love him, too. He's fucking awesome. All right. Let me start over, because I screwed up that whole pane. That whole panel. Harry D'Amour! The Hotchkiss residence. You meet some damn weird people, Grillo. Shh. As I said before, the real story's under our feet. Always has been. So down we go. There's one more angle, too. I got a call from a guy in New York who specializes in supernatural stuff. Hired him before when my wife left. His name is Harry D'Amour. This is Tessa Bomback, a friend of Jim Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss was... This is Tessa Bomback, a friend of Jim Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss has friends? You learn something new every day. I'm calling from Palamo Grove. Hotchkiss says you know what's going on here. Some idea, yeah. I have friends, people plugged in. Some idea, yeah. I have friends, people plugged in, who've been telling me something was going to break on the West Coast. Have you ever heard of the Iad Ouroboros? D'Amour? You still there? Harry. As it happens, yes, I have. And... God damn. I keep screwing this up really bad. I like this phone conversation. I want to try to keep the metering good. So let me try it one more time, guys. This is Tessa Bomback, a friend of Jim Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss has friends? You learn something new every day. I'm calling from Palamo Grove. Hotchkiss says you knows what's going on over here. Some idea, yeah. I have friends, people plugged in, who've been telling me something was going to break on the West Coast. Have you heard of the Iad Ouroboros? D'Amour? You still there, D'Amour? Harry. As it happens, yes, I have. And a place called Quiditty. So you do know. My sources tell me they're about to break out. No need for trick questions. Do these Iad have any weaknesses? Not from what I hear. How much do you know about them? What will an Iad invasion be like? An army? Bombs? What? And shouldn't somebody be telling the Pentagon? The Pentagon knows. We're not the only people to hear of the Iad. Then we can expect help soon? In my experience, help usually comes too late. Harry told Tesla of the problem in New York, suicides by dreaming lovers and other unexplained things. He was unable to come help, but he relayed reports of a savior being in the area already. Tesla knew this could only be one person, the Jaff. If they could persuade him to be just that. As they stocked up on supplies, the group noticed that Palamo Grove was deserted. Except for some new visitors to town, police cars... Except for some new... As they stocked up on supplies, the group noticed that... Sorry, man. I don't know why I keep tongue-tying. As they stocked up on supplies, the group noticed that Palamo Grove was deserted. Except for some new visitors to town, police cars after police car. Hotchkiss said more than once that this was suicide mission. Hotchkiss said more than once that this was a suicide mission. The caves had already claimed many lives, and upon entering it, claimed one of theirs too. Stumbling across Buddy Vance's decomposed body at the bottom, the flooded floor then gave way, pulling them all along. The sweeping water culminated in a rough waterfall which dropped them ever deeper into the bowels of the earth. Down, down, the four of them fell. Only three made it out of the cornering water. Only three made it out of the churning water alive. William. Poor William. We're fucking buried alive. Buried alive. Get me the fuck... Shut up, Grillo. Anyone here? I want to speak with... Ugh. Let me see. William. Poor William. We're fucking buried alive. Buried alive! Get me the fuck... Shut up, Grillo. Anyone here? I want to speak with Randolph Jaffe. Who are you? Tesla Bombeck. I'm here with others you know. One of them, Nathan Grillo. Grillo is here? Why? Why are you here? We need your help. We've got something in common, you and I. The Nucio, yes. You couldn't resist. That's true, but there's something more important soon. Ugh. That's true, but there's something more important. Kassoon. He sent you? Tesla explained she was not sent by Kassoon. Kassoon wanted to use them both. The Iad were coming, and only the Jaff could close the schism he opened. He refused to return to Coney Eye. As he explained, he was too literal in his quest. Where Fletcher made dreams from people's heads, he made them from guts and sweat. He looked for a literal crossroads. Only when he used the art did he realize the crossroads were something else. The medallion represented evolution on one axis, from a single cell to godhood, the cosm and the metacosm, what we know and don't know. In the center, Quiditty. Quiditty is the center of everything. The crossroads. With this knowledge avail them. God damn me. It's weird because it's like the narration, but I thought it was dialogue. He looked for a literal crossroads. Only when he used the art did he realize the crossroads were something else. The medallion represented evolution on one axis, from a single cell to godhood, the cosm and the metacosm, what we know and don't know. In the center, Quiditty. Quiditty is the center of everything, the crossroads. Would this knowledge avail them? Would the Jaff be able to stop what he started? He had no desire to even try. But somehow, Tesla convinced him to leave this cavern. Perhaps Kassoon could help them, perhaps not. Still, they had to try. Once they found a way out of this cavern, We made it! Ugh. The grove had been built along a flaw in the Earth's crust. Hairline cracks would be mapped and monitored, although no sensors saw them coming. The skewing of the interior of the Vance house had sent a subtle but persuasive message into the hill and out through the caves and tunnels under the town. This earthquake hit harder than expected, and the destruction didn't die down after the first shockwave. It seemed the grove was being swallowed up by the ground upon which it had been built. Coney Eye once stood strong, if bizarre, atop the grove. No longer. I keep getting glimpses of where Tommy Ray is, but I don't want to look. Perfect family unit, father, son, and... Perfect family unit, father, son, and... He doesn't give a fuck about us. I want him when this is done. We've got a score to settle. Holy Ghost? Right, Trinity. That's what Kassoon was so afraid of. Trinity. I doubt it. Never mistook Kassoon for a Christian. Me neither, but then why? Tommy Ray's... he's... riding the waves. Surfing Quiditty? And the Iad? Right behind him. They're huge, like mountains, but covered in locusts. Hotchkiss, back in the grove, looking for information that might help. Excuse me. I need to get to Tesla Bombach immediately. I suppose I must try to close this. No! No good, no good. It's too late. Palamo Grove, Armageddon Eve. While the others tried to impede the end of the world, Hotchkiss wanted to do his part too. He would get to the bottom of just what Trinity meant. Sure, no problem, especially when it could mean anything in the world. The Holy Trinity, maybe. No, nothing holy about this situation. Maybe in books he could find the answer. What better book to flip through, Hotchkiss thought. Preparing for Armageddon. After all, Armageddon seemed to be upon them, and Hotchkiss didn't feel ready at all. He wait. The first atomic bomb detonation, July 16th, 1945, at the location called Trinity. What the? Hello? Elizondo, all these animals loose. Are you in here? No, there's only me. Oh, no. No, there's only me. Raoul? You're not Raoul. No, not Raoul at all. My name is... Kassoon. The end of the world is nigh. The ride is over. Grillo left Tesla at Coney Eye so he could go file one last scoop, but he couldn't settle in on the headline. He looked for Hotchkiss and noticed all the animals running loose. Hotchkiss? Work? Maybe. Oh, Hotchkiss. Oh, shit. What's left of Coney Eye? The Iad, they're coming. Tesla, Trinity. Grillo, what? What about Trinity? Here. It's in here. Trinity is where they exploded the first atomic bomb. Of course. The town in the loop, Trinity. What better place for Kassoon to hide? What better place for Kassoon to hide signs of his crime? He created a loop in time just before the blast. The flash would consume any evidence or bodies. But he'd been outplotted. Grillo, Mary Morales, had trapped him in the loop until he could find a new body to leave. He was its prisoner. No wonder the word Trinity evoked terror in his thoughts. Could this knowledge defeat the Iad? Tessa wondered. She had a plan, but she needed help. She needed Randolph Jaffe. Do you see? Oh, yes, yes. Do you see, Papa? I'm not afraid, Papa. They won't hurt me. I'm the Death Boy. What? I can see the shore. Oh, great. Randolph, can you tune him out? I need your help. Whee! Surfing the wave home. Tesla knew she was on her own. She'd proven before that she had the power to pass in and out of the loop. Might she also jump dead matter like a piece of this house? She'd been looking for a savior. It only now occurred to her that she might be that savior. And with that thought in her head, she concentrated and began to eat. Raul? What are you doing here? I came to see the arrival. We can wait together if you like. Kassoon, what have you done to our Raul? You murdered him. Oh, his spirit's still alive and kicking in my flesh. I'll reoccupy it once it's out of the loop. I certainly don't want to stay in this repulsive form. Gotcha. Kassoon, for Petey's sake, look, the Iad are coming. I see them. They're bringing a new world. I've earned my place in it. I'm their liberator. I made this possible. Both of you had your own ambitions. You should have joined the team. Now it's too late. You should see. Look at them, damn you, look. Wait, what are you doing? Don't you dare. Hear me? What in God's name have you done? This is the loop. I brought some of the house through. Fuck me, I did it. I really did it. That's a gorgeous panel. You brought the Iad too. The schism and whatever's on the other side came too, yeah? So what's the bad news? This is Trinity, remember? 0.0. So when does it blow? Have we got time? It won't blow until Kassoon's dead. He's holding the moment. But don't worry about an escape plan. We're not getting out of here alive. You can think us out. You thought us in. No, I'm staying. I have to see it into the end. If you want to run for the exit, it's in that direction. You might make it. You think I'm a coward? I didn't say that. But if you're going to go, go. Howie! This was, Howie. You have to get away from the hole. Where are we? Later, Grillo, can Grillo help me? Take Howie and Joe Beth with you. Maybe you can outrun it. Outrun what? The IAD or the bomb. Take your pick. Can you run? We can try. I still don't see why I have to stay. It's simple. This is the final trial. It's stupid. So many things. What? I haven't said to you. You didn't need to, and I hope neither did I. But there's one thing I should have told you. What? I should have said... Splash. Joe Beth. Tommy. That's an awesome panel. Goodbye, Tommy. Goodbye. Death Boy? How far are they behind you? The IAD, the giants. There are no giants, just darkness. It's very close. 'Cause soon, we have to find him. 'Cause soon. You're too late, the IAD's almost here. You both lost, poor bitch. What did you expect? A blinding flash to wipe them all away? Forget it. It can't happen. The moment's held. It's too late. They're almost here. What say we fuck for the millennium? Go, good girl, good girl. Right in the eye, Chaff's favorite spot. Go on. Go on, will you? Blow. Where's the explosion? What in God's name have I missed? The moment is still being held at his hut. Randolph, will you come with me? I need help. Papa? Help me, Papa. Great. How much further? Other side of town. Think the IAD can see us? That isn't them. That's just their veil. So we still got a chance. Raul? For God's sakes, I know you're here. I know you're afraid. Raul, you've got to let go. Trust me and let go. I know, giving up your body wasn't your fault. He lied to you. If it's anyone's fault, it's mine. But we've reached the end, Raul. Kassoon is dead. So is your body. Unfortunately, there was no other way of killing him. Can two minds occupy the same body? If you're afraid, Raul, come into me. Come into me and let the moment go. Let it go. The time loop created at 5:30 a.m. July 16th, 1945, disappeared when the bomb exploded. Howie made it to the other side, back into the cosm they knew. That didn't put them any closer to home, however. Grillo knew that hitching a ride with freaks in tow would be problematic, so he found a ride himself. And as soon as he could, he maxed out his credit cards, bought a truck, and headed back to pick up Howie and JoBeth. Arriving back in Palamo Grove the next morning, they found the town sealed off. For Howie and JoBeth, Quiditty's transformations were already in retreat. Soon, their appearance would be back to normal. They all discussed their plans. They would stay near the Grove, they decided, this without ever speaking of the events in the loop. Oh shit, almost spilt my drink. Let's start over, that threw me off. They would stay near the Grove, they decided, this without ever speaking of the events in the loop. And though he was dying to know, Grillo never asked what it felt like to float in the dream sea. There were too many witnesses to Tesla's relocation of parts of Coney Eye, but it was the only pages of the There were too many witnesses to Tesla's relocation of parts of Coney Eye, but it was only in the pages of the Inquirer and the ilk that the house was whiskey and the ilk. There were too many witnesses to Tesla's relocation of parts of Coney Eye, but it was only in their pages But it was only in the pages of the Inquirer and its ilk that the house was whisked off to another plane of being. Palamo Grove was devastated by the quakes and resulting fires. Grillo returned to the town 6 days after being pulled into the loop. It was no longer guarded so closely. He played out the elements in his head, over and over. The star of the story was Tesla. It was because of her that he hadn't filed his story with Abernathy. She was ambivalent about making the truth public, and now he felt honor-bound to keep his silence. If only she hadn't played out her final trick, not saying goodbye, even though she knew it was. The memory of the loop and Quiditty's transformation faded for Howie and JoBeth. Howie tried to persuade JoBeth to leave for Chicago with him. As long as bodies were unrecovered, she wasn't leaving. Mama was no doubt dead, but deserved a Christian funeral. Let me do that one again. As long as bodies were unrecovered, she wasn't leaving. Mama was no doubt dead, but deserved a Christian funeral. When bodies were exhumed from the ground, Joyce McGuire was among them, as were the bodies of Jim Hotchkiss, discovered in a burned-out pet store. Among the missing were William Witt, presumed to have started a new life, and Tommy Ray McGuire, presumed dead. Following Joyce's funeral, JoBeth left for Chicago with Howie. Their part in all of this was far from over, as the arrival of a stranger to their doorstep reminded them. Howie? I'm Harry. Howie? I'm Harry DeMore. I'd like to talk to you about what happened in Palamo Grove. Harry spoke about the events that had passed, and how the world had gotten worse as a result. Quiditty was tainted. Good dreams would be hard to come by from now on. Harry knew that the IAD agents had gotten close to succeeding and would stop at nothing now. Howie and Joe Beth were not free. Damore knew the bigger picture. He wanted to know more of what had transpired. Howie agreed to tell him. Tesla? I thought you were dead. I've made that mistake. It's easily done. This isn't some illusion. Well, the whole damn thing's that, isn't it? All a show? But are we any more illusionary than you? No. We? Yeah, you remember Raoul? I found him in the loop. It's difficult to make this sound wholesome, but he's inside me. We've got some times ahead of us, and I need to know if you're with me. You know I am. And weirdly, I'm not even freaked out by this. Good. Damore thinks the IAD forces are gathering, so we're doing the same. Good. Damore thinks the IAD forces are gathering, so we're doing the same. Tell me, how do you feel about Omaha, Nebraska? Omaha? That's where it all started for the Jaff, where he got this half-witted idea of the art. Even Kassoon didn't know what the art really is. It's vast. It collapses time and place. It makes everything one thing. The past, the future, and the dreaming moment between. One immortal day. Damore didn't leave until late in the evening, after he advised Howie and Joe Beth to move as soon as they could, and tell no one where they went. Are you afraid of what's to come? Of what Quiditty could do to us if we ever went back? Not really. Remember what Quiditty showed us. It joined us together. Marry me? Too late. I already did. And that, ladies and gentlemen, friends, is the end of the first book of the art. Let's go. Ooh. I got goosebumps. All right, let's go through some of the final panels here. Because I think there's quite a bit more. Yeah, there's like the notes. Oh yeah, this fucking mouse. Let's see. Yeah. There's quite a bit. So let's check this out. Oh wow, this is the discussion about it. And kind of like a commentary, it looks like. This is cool. I'm not going to read it because I definitely can't read it from here. It's too tiny. This is cool. It's marked out by pages, though. That's nice. Cool. So yeah, we got Randolph, Jaffe, Joe Beth, Tommy Ray. So it looks like they went with the Raoul on the right. There's Kassoon. Nice. Buddy Vance. Cool. This is is Gabriel Rodriguez art gallery. This is from the cover. This is awesome. It's also a recreation of the book cover. Oh, there's old buddy all messed up good. It's cool. I love it. So you notice on the back of his jacket, I kept noticing that when I was looking through, there's all these little little symbols and stuff like that. I keep noticing, and I'm not entirely familiar with them. A lot of like this looks like a rune or something like that, but I keep noticing those popping up in different parts, like, you know, for a shirt design or artwork or something. There's like a symbol, and I know that it's like it's a significant, you know, symbol. It's not just like a cool pattern or whatever. Oh yes, the good old Jaff and his Terrata. That's a cool one. The good and the evil. And I loved this piece too of Raul and watching over Tesla. It's a really pretty piece. And then this is a fucking just awesome, awesome image. So cool. Like, you know, his fucking zombie army. That's fucking badass. Death Rider. And the hallucinogenia. And there's good old Jaffe. Opening Pandora's box like a jerk. It's JoBeth transforming. That's a great shot too. I think I posted that on one of the notifications. Here's artwork that Clive Barker sketched up for. Or this is a collection of his art. I don't really know the significance here. That must be like Kassoon. That's cool. That's a cool fucking piece. I love that. Oh yeah, that's classic Barker right there. That too, definitely. I cannot figure out what I'm looking at. Is that someone standing on someone's butt or something? It looks like someone bent over and then someone's standing on their butt? I don't get that one. That one's a little tricky to make out too. It's almost like Rorschach tests. Or Rorschach test. Rorschach? The ink blot test. There you go. Ooh, that one's cool just because the negative space when it goes out of the border. That's cool. I can't read that. It's too tiny. Yep, that's the end. That was awesome, guys. Let's let me see. What would be a nice panel to end on here? I kind of like that. I'm not supposed to see. What was one that I was just like, think the Raoul explosion one. Or that one, actually. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that one a lot. Let's go. Alright. How long was that? Hey! That's not too bad. It's like a little over an hour and a half. That's not too bad at all. Awesome. Well, this was a ton of fun. This whole series was fun. I loved reading this book. Here, I'm going to sit down because I don't need to stand anymore. I loved reading this this story. I'm a huge, like I said, huge Clive Barker fan, so this was a wonderful opportunity to read one of my favorite stories from him. Enjoy this incredible artwork. I got this through Comixology, which is initially they were their own thing, and then they got bought out by Amazon. But you can get them through Amazon. I have links and everything. They're affiliate links if you're interested in signing up with any of that, and you want to support. There you go. And of course, we've got the Patreon as well, and if you know, all our other social medias. If you're interested in any of those, or that's where you get your social information. Definitely follow those up. Damn, I thought it was less. I know. I don't know. It kind of rolled really fast, but whatever. That's not so bad. It's kind of funny. Like the first time we did it was 4 hours, and the second time was 3 hours, I think. And then this time is it's like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes, something like that. Hour and a half. Well, we're a little over an hour and 30 minutes, but yeah. How was your dinner? Fried chicken. That sounds so good. Yeah, and that's the other thing is I have some audiobook work that I need to do, and I kind of thought about live streaming it, but I didn't know how conducive that would be. You know, like you're like trying to, I don't know. It just seems like it would be really, really boring. Like this, at least, you know, you've got beautiful artwork to look at, and you can read along the panels, and you can just kind of ignore me if you need to. And but the just doing VO, and especially if I get stuck on a line or I'd have to redo a line, because this is for a commercial release and I need to do it all right. I don't want to go back and re-edit. So chips are cooking right now, but almost ready. Oh, it's so good. I went grocery shopping today for the first time in a while, and I got a bunch of like healthy food. So I might healthy snack later. The view count has been less, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I know it's kind of counterintuitive, but I feel like I could do much better. So I feel like, well, that's, you know, of course it's not that good. I could do such a better job. So, you know, the results represent the quality. So I feel like if I could do a better job and fix some of my issues, get things tighter, get things better, which is only going to come through boring ass repetition and practice and time. But I feel like the more I work on this, the better it'll be. And I plan to I'd like to take this too and edit it down so that it's just all the good takes, and either edit it to that extent, or I don't know. I'd like to edit it down so that it's something you could just, you know, watch for however many hours it takes. It probably takes a while, because I mean, even though there was some wasted time and buffered time and all that, we I'm gonna stop this record too. What was I saying? Yeah, even with that, I still think it, you know, I could get it into maybe a 4-hour or a 5-hour video, or chapter it up if that's more palatable. Yeah, it's like my channel, but I am on a massive break from creativity at the moment. Not that I don't like it. Oh no, I'm kind of the opposite lately. I've just been getting all these ideas for content that I think people, that I'm like, oh, wait a minute, people would like that, you know? And so I've been really excited lately, because I've been like, oh man, you know, I just need to find time to record this. And, you know, I might do a video tonight, because I got these, I want to do a video, I can't, they're out of reach, but this really cool organization, the Golden Shrimp Guild, they're a group on Twitch, and they do Synthfest, and it's a monthly, just about a monthly music festival on Twitch that they deal with. Synthfest.online is their website. I'll try to remember and leave a link in the description below too if you guys are interested. But they had these they put out these oblique strategy cards, and basically they're basically just to help you come up with new ideas on how to work outside of a box. And they're 50 some odd different artists, and what they you know, their little, this is something I like to do, and I'm in there as well, but there's some really great contributions, and I thought it might be cool to make a video about each one, and you know, see what that turns into, if it's, you know, cool to describe each card, or maybe just go over it and gloss them over, who knows. Do the full book. Yeah, I index all the videos. I hope I did the last one. Yeah, I did the last one because it was really easy. And I'll do this one as well. But yeah, I index all the videos so you can skip around if you're watching these live streams. And of course, it's too late now if you're just reading this, but if you're just coming across this, but you can skip around past the, you know, chatty bits or breaks and whatnot. Just get to the meat. But yeah, I think I will. What I'd really like to do is a little bit more ambitious, because I would like to take all the audio, clean it up so I have all the good readings, all the good cuts, and then I would go through and take the cells and just do, you know, slow pans or slow zooms on the panels and do it all myself instead of using the one that's in there. I would just, you know, go through. But let me tell you, that sounds like an enormous project. I really don't think that I could finish that in a reasonable amount of time. Like, I think it would take out, and I wouldn't be happy with it. Again, I'm not sure about the content quality that I put together as far as the reading. So I'd have to go back and re-edit, and it would just be this monster. But I'm thinking if I can find something a little bit shorter, I would definitely be interested in doing that, because I could, you know, like I have some Rick and Morty comics, and I can kind of do a Rick and Morty impression. So might do that. I don't know. What's that say? That's what a lot of YouTube peeps do. Yeah. The chapters are great. They help out because it's a SEO thing, and then it's also just handy. And I feel like any content that's longer than 5 minutes, you should probably put some index marks in there. You know, if it's really short, then you know it is what it is. But you could, I guess. But if it's anything over 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hours, or whatever, oh my God, you really want to put something in there. And I do that. All the streams that I upload that were from previous jam towns and whatever, those are 6-hour, 7-hour streams. And prior to uploading those, I go through an index. I watch the whole stream and mark out the parts where there's music and where there's chatting and stuff like that, so that people are able to move around it a little bit easier. And it kind of helps. Like I said, it's an SEO optimization thing. Wait, that's like ATM machine. SEO optimization is like ATM machine or LCD display. Uh-oh. We've created another monster. Oh, all right. Well, I think we're gonna end it here. Bryce and Evie, thank you so much for hanging out today and chitty chatting. I keep trying to catch y'all, but it never works out. This is bloody time zones and global positioning. But it will happen. I've managed to run across everybody that I can. Also, too, just a reminder, Synthfest is going on. It won't, if anyone's watching live, anyway. Synthfest is going on right now, synthfest.online. It'll be going the rest of this weekend. It out. You're welcome. Hey, yeah, take it easy, y'all. And again, guys, anyone watching, thanks again. Just like, subscribe, comment below. If you have any questions, any constructive criticisms, if you're interested, again, I need to find some more material. I don't know where to go next. I have some ideas, but I'd really like to get a better idea, a better thing to do. So if you guys, we have the Discord and Twitter and everything else, you feel free to reach out to me on any of those platforms if you have any ideas. And yeah, with that, mates, let's all right, guys, with that, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself, and hope to see you soon.